Only drug they've observed where they will see a mother binging with anywhere up from 15 to 25 hits a day until they collapse. And literally, not only for themselves, but there'll be an infant in the room or a young child in the room that they'll go for days. Not feed, not look at, I mean, it's just, because crack is not, when they didn't have to go IV and they started to smoke it and it had that immediate hit, it became a very popular drug with women as well. And it's just absolutely mind-blowing to think the impact it has on societal structure. We have limited dollars to spend on the drug problem. My argument has been we should take those limited dollars instead of focusing, and if we had all the money in the world, then we should do it all. But we don't, and focus them on those who could be categorized as addicts. Because the addicts, unless we do something to get them out of the stream, they're going to be there forever. They're going to continue to become pregnant. They're going to continue to be in households where there's children. They're going to continue to abuse. They're going to continue to rob. They're going to continue because it is no longer something they can control. It's beyond them.
Joe Biden stands on the floor of the United States Senate and says, here's what our policies ought to be in regards to drugs in America. People follow him, including myself.
There are a lot of people out there in government who just sort of talk a good game where the war against drugs is concerned. Joe Biden wages the war.
He told me we'd never be able to have a national drug policy. We have one. They told me we could never and should never have a drug czar, but we have one. They told me we could not pass the toughest crime legislation in the history of the Senate, but we passed it. I know we can do all these things because in recent years, I've seen us do them time and time again. The only thing that makes, I think, any of us want to go on with what we're doing is if we think it makes a difference. I sure don't want to be involved in a job I don't think is important. I don't want to be involved in something that I don't think matters. And one of the great things about this job is I get up in the morning, and every morning when I put my feet on the floor, I don't look around and say to myself, geez, I wonder why I'm doing this job. I know why I'm doing the job. I may make mistakes doing it. I may be wrong in where I want the country to go, but I know why I'm doing the job. I walked through a classroom earlier, and there are people in their 20s and 30s who are in there learning English because they want to. I ask one why. I said I want to make things better for me and for my children. Walked downstairs into the typing class. Spoke to 3 women down there. They tell me they're there because they want to make things better. You know something, folks? There's no reason why we can't make things better in this country. None whatsoever.
There's no posturing on his part. He lays it out exactly as he thinks. And I think that most of his colleagues appreciate that. There's a straightforward candidness about Joe Biden. I think that people really